Hi everyone! There are two types of people in the world. Those who love sunbathing on the beach during their vacation, and those who prepare a precise and thorough plan of everything they need to see. Exhibitions, historical buildings, architectural highlights. These experiences are truly fascinating, but they still cannot compete with the miracles created by nature itself. Today, we will tell you about 9 places so incredible, you won't hesitate to go to the far corners of the earth to see them. Let's get it on! Salinas de Maras, Peru. Not far from the city of Cusco, the former capital of the powerful Inca Empire, there is a small town called Maras. At first glance, it doesn't seem remarkable, but here you can find fantastic salt baths, which are more than 500 years old. By the way, to this day, they are used to mine luxury salt, which is exported from Peru around the world. How do these mysterious things work? The salt mining technology was created many years ago by the Incas, although some scientists claim that they inherited it from their ancestors. First, the flow of the underground salt spring Corepugio gets into several hundred reservoirs through branched channels built by man. Then the wind and the scorching sun gradually evaporate all moisture in about 1 month. In the end, all the locals have to do is collect salt from the numerous baths and export it. Socotra Island, Yemen. Anyone who sets foot on this island of bliss will feel like he got into a science fiction film. And that's hardly surprising, because over millions of years, the ecosystem of this place has been forming independently from the mainland, resulting in incredible natural diversity. Some travelers say it seems Socotra did not break away from the mainland, but from another planet. The local landscapes do not look like anything you have ever seen. Almost all the flora and fauna here is endemic. This means that these species cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Perhaps the most famous endemic plant of Socotra is the dragon tree, which is known for its bizarre crown and red sap. Of course, a trip to this fantastic place is not the best choice for people who are used to the comfort of 5-star hotels, as there are simply no such hotels here. However, those who manage to visit Socotra and see its unique nature say that enjoying the scenery while sitting in a tent is a much nicer experience.
What the?
Yosemite National Park, USA. At least 4 dozen films were shot in this place, and for good reason. Local landscapes are the best choice for great cinematic scenes. Whether it's horror movies or heartbreaking dramas, Yosemite National Park, located near San Francisco, features giant sequoias, stunning waterfalls, and about 1,000 lakes and more than 2,500 streams and rivers. And all this is surrounded by the picturesque rocks and bright flowers of the valleys. By the way, Yosemite is the oldest national park in the United States, and it stretches 3,000 square kilometers along the Sierra Nevada mountain ranges. Surrounded by incredibly high vertical cliffs, Yosemite Valley is the main highlight of this park. 90% of all Yosemite visitors come here to see it. By the way, one of the local rocks has become especially popular among travelers. It is called El Capitan. This rock has steep slopes and a flat top. The park was named by the Apache tribe who lived here before the area was colonized by Europeans. The word Yosemite means a huge black grizzly bear, which, according to legend, is considered the master of these places. Antelope Canyon, USA. In northern Arizona, near the border with Utah, there is a fabulous place called Antelope Canyon. It got its name thanks to the incredible red landscapes of various shapes. If you look closely, you will see that they bear a strong resemblance to the skin of this animal. No wonder this natural wonder attracts photographers from around the world. Pictures of bizarre cliffs illuminated by daylight really look like landscapes from some other planet. But how are they formed? Could nature create such beauty? Yes, it could indeed. In fact, both canyons, upper and lower, are naturally formed cracks in the red sandstone. For many centuries, wind and rainwater eroded this rock until it turned into a cluster of magical rocks with weird outlines. As for tourism, this place is not a popular destination among travelers. This is because the Antelope Canyon is owned by the local Navajo Indian tribe, and in order to see the bizarre cliffs, you will have to pay a fee and hire a local guide. Ashikaga Park, Japan. Although this place was formed both by nature and man, it deserves a special mention. Ashikaga's incredible flower park, located on Honshu Island near Tokyo, has an area of just over 8 hectares of land and features several hundred different plants.
The place is kind of a mess.
But of course, the best thing about it is wisteria, which is one of Japan's trademark highlights. Wisteria, known to the Japanese as Fuji, is a very unusual plant. The brushes of these colorful moth-like flowers hang from tall tree branches, creating a fragrant cloud in the air. In Ashikaga Park, there is plenty of these magical flowers. There's even a long tunnel made entirely of white wisteria. And the species, which are more than a century old, are supported by special frames with arbors for visitors under them. Chile Chico Caves, Chile. These amazing places located in the Chilean Patagonia are about 6,000 years old. Located near the Chile Chico, close to the border with Argentina, the marble caves in General Carrera Lake were carved by the local water currents. You must admit that these magical shades of white and blue, which look very impressive together with the turquoise water of the lake, seem like a real paradise. By the way, the marble caves are considered the largest deposit of marble in the world. Some scientists believe that the weight of the marble that could potentially be extracted from here is about 5.5 billion tons. The government of Chile has long been mining this mineral in this region, but geologists and activists are urging to stop it in order to preserve such a rare natural wonder. You probably wonder why this lake has such an incredible color. This is because General Carrera, or Lake Buenos Aires, as the Argentines call it, is fed by a glacier. When it melts, hundreds of tons of a special substance called diatomite, or mountain flour, get into the water. Due to their low weight, these particles remain on the surface of the reservoir and reflect the green and blue part of the spectrum of light that shines on it. That is why we see an incredible saturated blue hues in such lakes. Kebu Lamjau Park, India. There are plenty of nature reserves and national parks in the world, but this one is definitely one of a kind. Kebu Lamjau Park is located right in the middle of a lake Loktak in the Indian state of Manipur. A huge amount of pumdi allows it to stay afloat. Pumdi is a mass of vegetation and soil, which emerges directly on the surface of the reservoir in the form of small islands. Pumdi are scattered throughout the lake, but their largest cluster of 40 square kilometers is home to many unique animals, like the Manipur deer, which you will not find anywhere but here. And in other areas that are no longer considered part of the Kebu Lamjau Park, locals build houses and arrange fishing spots. Dongxia Park, China. Many believe that these Martian-like images are the result of skillful work in Photoshop, but this is not true. Dongxia Mountains, located near the Chinese city of Zhangyi, really shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow. Due to the movement of tectonic plates and forces of wind and rain, over time these slopes, made of sandstone, turned into something like a bright layered cake. This process has taken more than 20 million years. Geologists say that it began in the Mesozoic era. So it is quite possible that somewhere under the layers of multicolored sandstone, there could be some remains of dinosaurs. The breathtaking Dongxia Park is often recognized by journalists as one of the most beautiful spots not only in China, but in the entire world. On average, the number of tourists coming here increases by 30% annually, and last year, it amounted to more than 2 million people. In order to make it more convenient for travelers to explore the expanses of Rainbow Mountains, they even built a huge number of viewing platforms and access roads. By the way, these incredible mountains were admired by visitors and locals in ancient times. The thing is that many thousands of years ago, Zhangyi was one of the richest cities in all of China, since the Great Silk Road, a trade route connecting Asia with the Roman Empire, ran through it. However, even then the foreigners admired not only the abundance of goods in the markets, but also the breathtaking landscapes. By the 15th century, the Great Silk Road was abandoned, and the Rainbow Mountains were forgotten. Everything changed when a Chinese director decided to shoot one of the scenes of his film here. That's how the Dongxia mountain range has again become a favorite destination for thousands of tourists. Lençóis Manaus Reses National Park, Brazil. The national park, located in the Brazilian northern state of Maranhão, is a true embodiment of the pristine beauty of nature, which seems to be untouched by man. The territory of this nature reserve is more than 150,000 hectares. It would fit the entire city of Sao Paulo, the key city of all of Latin America, with a population of more than 12 million people. So walking here alone is definitely not a good idea. In 2009, a Brazilian tourist decided to walk around the park without a guide, and of course, he was soon lost in the vast sandy expanses. Fortunately, 5 hours later, local guides found him. Needless to say, by that time, the curious traveler was already desperate. But how is this place different from a typical desert? The thing is, from January to June, the torrential rains do not stop here. During that time, many lagoons with incredible colors, from light blue to turquoise, are formed between the high sand dunes of Lensois Marenhesses. Over the periods of intense rain, their number reaches 36,000. Just imagine this! These stunning lagoons attract many travelers. In 2018 alone, their number reached 126,000 people. This is it for today. See you soon!